This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. Oh my god! It's JoJo Part 3, Part 2!
Amazing.
Was that good?
Amazing.
You almost delved a bit into like that Joey Wheeler Brooklyn accent near the very tail end of like, oh my god, we're going to JoJo Part 3!
I'm pulling out the Tommy gun again, hey, get out of here!
You kind of felt a little out of character, but you got it.
Welcome to
basically JoJo Episode 4.
Yeah. So we got Duke, Mayhem, and Jinsu in again.
Yo.
Yeah, and we're talking about the beginning of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3 and the second part of Part 3.
For reference to viewers, we have of course shown Mayhem from Part 1 to Part 3, and now we have shown him the first 2 episodes of the second half of Part 3.
And, oh my god, if anybody is unaware of how hideously terrifying Iggy is, just know that you're in the safe zone and you never need to ever investigate that.
Ugly dog.
Just incredibly ugly. I cannot believe how ugly he is, and I hate it.
So I'm usually the one that gives you the whole spiel of like what you can expect in the next season.
Yes.
Jinzu, JoJo's your specialty. I want to leave it to you to tell him what he can expect this next season.
I'm expecting them to continue their story.
So yeah, Stardust Crusaders Part 2, it's more energy, but it's more of the usual, this is the villain of the week.
Honestly, it feels like this part of the season has a lot more comedy in it.
Yeah.
Like, consider, the next episode is Oingo Boingo.
What?
Oh boy.
Yes.
You're gonna meet those characters, if you haven't already.
I have not.
Oh! Okay, you're in for a treat then.
Oingo Boingo, brothers!
I can't do the voice, so I'm not gonna do it, but...
But the best, I will say, the best part about watching the series is having Jinzu pull up the Japanese sub version and just hearing the different delivery.
Hearing the better delivery?
Hey, Matt Mercer is not that bad.
He is not, but Daisuke Ono as Jojo is just perfect.
Just the cut-ins of the English by the Japanese actors.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so good.
Do you understand?
Son of a bitch!
I am very excited. Honestly, this, partway through, I was near the point of dropping this show when I had first seen it because I was like, man, I'm tired.
Oh, man.
Poland had his leg cut off, but now it's back.
Like, so many things.
I'm better now.
Like,
all their injuries are gone.
I was like, oh my god, I'm near dropping this show. And then Oingo Boingo pop out, and I'm like, I'm back in. Baby, I'm back in.
So you got a lot to look forward to, Christian.
Oh, God.
No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, I promise.
And I died! I got better. That's all I'm thinking about now, with, like, Abdul's fake-out death.
Yeah. Part 2 of Stardust Crusaders definitely has more memorable and, it's
less
better,
bullshit
yeah,
things.
It's a lot better than the first half. There's no rapey
There are far less characters in Part 2. Part 3 is just basically, shit, we ran out of villains? Already? Okay. What do we need now? Okay. We already did tarot cards. What do we do now? There are other tarot cards? No. Okay, what do we do now? Egyptian gods.
Wait, wouldn't that not connect somehow? Quiet you.
I like to imagine Hirohiko Araki's having this little mini dialogue in his head.
That's what I like for people to envision.
It's him arguing with his stand.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I want people to envision whenever we do that. It's just, this is inside the person's head.
No,
that's what this studio is! Like, our little studio room. It's the brains of people that were just...
Araki, I imagine Araki does not write. He just stands in front of a computer and just goes, Zaraiter! And then... And then just suddenly...
it looks like... Oh, fuck, what's that famous writer?
He actually has a character insert in the next part. So
my god.
You guys will actually see, like, that literally, like, personified into...
Oh my god. Is this stand a beautiful person? That's
next question.
That was a look.
Next question.
So anyway, Are you ready
Yes.
to get into the next part?
Because JoJo Part 3 has been a massive step up. Like, this show is just getting better and better.
Now, let's go watch.
Oh my god!
Raise the pot!
The
Zawardo.
Ayuk, it's the world! Resistance is futile!
One season of JoJo has passed.
Alright, we're finally done with season 3.
Yeah.
But in our time of recording it, it took us 3 months to finish watching one anime.
Yep.
Because we watched it like
Part 3.
we watched like 3 episodes once a week.
And let's get right into it.
Yes.
So, Jinzu and I will go ahead and give a quick summary of each episode. Mayhem, go ahead and jump in whenever you feel like it. The first episode of this...
Stop.
I'm going to kill you.
you ask for that every single time you do that.
Stardust Crusaders Battle in Egypt, 2015. First episode, Iggy the Fool and Gebs in Duel.
Huh, they rhymed. I never noticed that.
Iggy's design, I just don't like it. Like, his stand is awesome, but his face as a dog, I hate it.
His stand is awesome, and the character itself is pretty
Okay.
dope, but why you gotta look like that?
Exactly! Why your face gotta look like that?
Jinzu, give us a summary.
Summary?
That two-parter.
Dog shits in your face and gets flung 50 meters or whatever. I don't know.
At a blind man.
At a blind man who has really sharp water.
Yeah. That's the best way to summarize it, honestly. Next episode, Noom's Oingo and Toth's Boingo.
Oh my
The
god!
best part of the show.
Sorry. We need to specify there is also the slash in the name of Noom Zenyatta and Toth's Mandata.
Zenyatta Manada.
Yes. Summarize the episode for us.
Some kid with a comic book can tell the future, but it's very selective.
It's or sometimes even very literal without actually telling you exactly what's going on. Also known as selective.
It's irritating. And mind you, the main characters never see these guys.
Yeah, but that's the funny thing is that now
Even
these
though
stands,
one of them returns.
yeah, like all of the stands, like they don't really now they don't interact with the entire group at the same time now. Like now it's like they kind of go separate.
Yeah.
I like that.
Next episode, Anubis.
Oh, the sword! That was a good looking
The sword.
What's the sword?
Like
sword
it
that
took
possessed
over
me.
the people.
This was
Yeah.
That was a
So
cool
summarize. Sword takes over. What was the name?
It's the first time we actually get to see Polnareff from Jojo fight, which is very interesting.
A sword takes over Shaka Khan and fights the team before being flung into the ocean.
The Nile.
That's pretty funny. You got frisbeed into the Nile.
Flung into the Nile.
I went straight through it.
By accident, once again. Next one, Bastit's Mariah.
Oh my god, that lady.
Go ahead and give us a summary.
Joseph and Avdol stare at an ass until it takes them to their deaths. Or to their almost
A
death.
bitch with magnetic boobs runs away from the 2 gay men.
You know, that entire episode shows up with the hottest of any antagonist in the show.
You take that back. Dino's right there.
I was gonna say, you could call. I was gonna say,
We didn't
I
even
said
get to see
female wise. I said female wise.
Yeah,
Were
there
you
you
about
go.
to call Granny hot?
Don't judge me.
An episode that we can now quickly skip. Setzalessi.
Oh my god, I hate that entire thing.
They turn you into kids, and the guy has an axe.
And
And
the
also, there's a lot of like very inappropriate humor with children.
because the guy really likes children, and he's like, I'm gonna turn my enemies into children, so I like my enemies.
Ah, that's what I'll
I don't
do.
understand where that comes in from the stand power, but
Exactly.
It's that he's a psychopath.
yeah. Likes killing kids.
He's one of the examples of where's the enemy stand user.
Aww.
And he's got this giant hair thing with like earrings in it in the hair.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, you can actually play as him in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the Future.
I
Man,
don't
if
want to.
Man, if
And-
I play that, I'm gonna instantly lose every single time.
His super move, he actually turns you into a child. And for each character, it changes. So if you turn old Joseph, if you use Leslie Stan on old Joseph, he turns into young Joseph.
That's really cool. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, if you use it
Attention to detail!
If you use it on Shadow Dio, he turns into his head casing from part 1.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and you can play as the Asian dude holding Dio's head.
That is awesome.
the Chinese Vegeta.
Yeah.
We can now go on to the to one of the best episodes, Darby the Gambler.
Oh my... Raise the pot! And it's just seeing how intense that that non-actual intense moment is like probably some of the best storytelling.
Also, it's one of the first times we see Jojo using time stop, or not one of the first times. It's actually the second time. The first time would be technically against the Endul fight when they're having their little standoff and they're about to kill each other. But yeah, in the Darby fight, out of nowhere, Jojo just pulls a drink and instantly lights his cigarette.
Instant.
Yeah.
You can see that's another example of him using time.
Best way to summarize it: dude who likes to gamble, gambles with souls, similar to Satan, has some of the best, funniest moments of the entire series as he is having the most serious poker game of any show ever.
The most tense episode so far.
For no reason.
And it's so much fun. It's so much fun. The Darby fight is so good.
It's so fucking good.
Next episode, Whole Horse and Boingo.
Oh yeah, the return of Whole Horse.
The other two best characters.
And the return of Boingo.
And the entire, like, it actually does work, and all, like, the book actually does work, and he does it exactly. He's like, my watch is too fast! And it's like, of course, that's the only way that Jojo can survive this.
Yep.
And and it literally means it'll go through the pages of the comic book. The bullets go straight through Jojo's head into Whole Horse. And then they overtake, I forgot to say, overtake the outros.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so awesome.
The two notes of this episode are that the outro for every Oingo Boingo related episode changed to a original art style kind of thing. The other thing is that the summary for this episode is basically that the little kid from the group Oingo Boingo gets kidnapped by Whole Horse, and they end up teaming up using his comic book to try and kill the group, and completely fail.
He pulls a solid snake on everybody.
Next episode, The Guardian of Hell, Pet Shop.
Pet Shop.
Ooh, this is another exciting episode.
The one with the most... When we hear Iggy talk with a Brooklyn accent and has the most bullshit in it because of the bird just showing up in random places, and you're like, huh?
Hey, how many times have we seen that image at this point of, like, somebody looking down into some sort of hole and just another face just, I'm here.
Someone else was already there.
Yeah, already there. Already there.
How many times have we seen that?
That was
that was all over the Pet Shop fight. That was kind of with the Anubis fight.
It was in the Dio
all
fight.
over the Dio fight. Actually, not all over the Dio fight. At the end of the Dio fight.
Yeah,
but,
but it came back in the best way.
Yeah.
But yeah, best way to summarize it, bird that hates dog chases after the new member of the team, Iggy, tries to kill him, and eventually cuts off his leg. And when they return, it is now the beginning of they have found Dio's hideout. So we're getting closer. Next episode, Darby the Player.
Yeah, the brother. And Jojo's never played video games before.
that was hilarious.
But Joseph has.
Yep.
Yes. No.
To summarize the episode, the villain of this episode is capable of reading a person's soul, and he has to ask a yes or no question, and he immediately gets the answer through their soul.
And
So-
Jojo and Joseph have to win this by stealing a trick from the older Darby. It's not cheating if you ain't caught.
If you're not caught.
Yep.
Remember, kids.
Unlike the first Darby, young Darby, this guy, he uses video games. That is very fun. Of just the baseball, that did look like a cool game where it's just like drawing on the screen of like what their characters are going to be.
Oh yeah, and that racing game. But like the cartridges are like Famicom.
Yeah,
Like,
but with the graphics of like
Super Nintendo.
today.
yeah. The entire tunnel is pitch black, and it's like, what?
Yep.
As those lights.
Now you ready for where it starts getting a little darker in the show?
Oh.
The Miasma of the Void, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, where Abdul and Iggy die for real.
Yep.
Where Abdul dies first again.
Again.
As the main trio that was separated, being Kakyoin, Joseph, and Jotaro, are separated from the rest of the group. They are trying to make their way to Dio, and while that's happening, Avdol, Iggy are being picked off, and Polnareff is the only one remaining to kill off the enemy of the episode, who is a vampire guy by the name of Vanilla Ice.
Well, no, cool ice, as they say.
But in the Japanese, it's Vanilla Ice, so I'm going to keep it Vanilla Ice. It's Ice, baby.
And his stand's name is Cream. So
His stand's name is Cream.
The whole thing together is Vanilla Ice Cream.
Vanilla ice cream.
Yep. We go past that episode, and we're finally here. We've killed all these enemies. Yeah, yeah. We're finally here with Dio's world.
Yes. It might not be a small world after all.
You may die after recording. For several reasons. But best way to summarize this three-parter is that we start off with trying to figure out what the hell Dio's stand is.
Yeah.
Like, what is his stand?
How come Polnareff, every time he goes up the stairs, he goes back down? That's so weird!
Yeah, he keeps teleporting back down every time he gets close.
Classic.
Which, like, there's all kinds of things you could think of it of, like, what did you think it was at first? Like, but before knowing it was ever time stopping, what would you have thought?
I guess, like, just teleportation. Just like
you thought it would have been like a teleport thing of like he teleports his enemies away?
Or like, yeah, you can teleport his enemy. He can teleport anything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not really like a time thing.
Yeah, but what would you have thought when you saw what his stand looked like, especially?
I think I would still think like teleport.
Yeah.
I think it would still be teleport. Like the moment until like when I see like the thing, then that would be like, oh, maybe a time bubble.
And consider, they don't show that until Kakyoin.
Yeah.
The flashback to Kakyoin. We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to get your input, Jinsu. When you first saw this, did you already know, because of just pop culture, that Dio's stand was time stop?
Like me!
No, actually I did not. I really didn't give a shit. I might have seen it, like, I might have seen it on YouTube or some random video my friend sent me, but, no. I was totally clueless to everything. Watched it, was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Saw Jojo pull it out of his ass.
I know the way to defeat him. This bat I found up my ass.
When you look at the last battle and just JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part, like, Stardust Crusaders, like, redo. Cut that out.
I will.
When you look at Stardust Crusaders as a whole, if you look at it critically, then you're gonna find
a lot of holes.
You're gonna find all kinds of holes. It's gonna be really annoying. It's gonna be really stupid. You're gonna see the characters do things that don't make sense. You're gonna see the villains do things that don't make sense. You're gonna see other characters do random shit that doesn't make sense.
You hear the word hormone and be like, what?
Yeah, you don't want to watch this show with a critical and like looking to see some really like some masterpiece. You watch it to you turn off your brain. You watch the fucking
it's a
stand go
fest.
burr.
And it's one of the best ones to do that. This is one of the best ones that I've seen so far. That's just like
the last fight between Jojo and Dio. When you just watch it to watch it,
like
it's amazing.
Dio, the villain has to lose, so they're gonna do everything they can to make sure that he loses.
Yep. So let's have the two of them fight in stopped time.
We get to Dio.
It's kind of badass.
We get to Dio's room. The sun is up still, and so they're about to open up his coffin, and right when they open up his coffin, he switches himself with a minion who he slices the mouth of.
That's pretty funny.
I saw part of the OVA. In the OVA, what happens is he switches places with Avdol. Because Avdol is there in the room when that happens.
So he's still alive?
He's still alive at that point. Well, Avdol's in the room, he switches places with Avdol, and then Avdol, as he's standing there, suddenly there's just similar to the bubble you saw with Vanilla Ice. That happens, and all that's left are the arms. Which I say is the funniest thing in the world when it's like, this is such an intense scene, and then you just see Vanilla Ice come out from the hole. But then he pops up... you saw that whole thing where it's like, please, Vanilla Ice, kill yourself so that I can feed from your blood.
Yeah.
You saw that whole thing. In the OVA, he literally just says, he's like a dog to me. Cut off your own head. And he just cuts off his own head. I shouldn't let this dog die.
Wow, okay. That is interesting, seeing how different it could go with the same footage.
Yeah.
Like the same, like
Dialogue is
same,
everything.
the same-
man.
yeah, dialogue
is
is
so
everything.
important.
Basically the same plot.
And holy shit,
same plot, different dialogue.
Yeah.
sometimes
You have the same
JoJo's-
structure, but you can change elements. So we get to that, and they go, "Oh shit, we're gonna die. I think there's an icicle up my ass. Jump out a window."
Is Pet Shop back? No? Oh shit!
How many different metaphors did Joseph give in that moment?
He pulled him out of his ass!
Just like the icicle?
Just like the icicle! But it came out of nowhere. Like, it was like 3 or 4 things.
out of nowhere.
That just came, like, just analogies that came out of nowhere. It was like caviar, like spoon-feeding caviar, I think that was one of them.
It feels like an icicle up my ass. What else was it? There were there's something about mountain climbing.
Mountain climbing, you gotta know the path before you take it.
No, it was you gotta. It's like knowing a burp's coming after drinking a couple of
Yeah,
Cokes.
there was the 4th one. So there was
fourth
at
one?
least 4. There was at least 4.
But
There was the icicle up his ass. There was the bulldozer coming from far
Oh,
away.
yeah, the bulldozer,
There
yeah!
was-
There's a 5th one.
There was the mountain, and then there was taking a burp after drinking too many colas.
Yep. Afterwards, we have the moment when they're running through the city. They have split up the party, 2 and 2. Pulling her F and Jotaro are hanging out with each other, and Kakuin and Joseph are driving as far away as possible. And to pursue them, Dio kidnaps a U.S. senator.
And he's like a little Danny DeVito-sized man.
Little Danny DeVito-sized man with none of the charisma.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, I was top of my class.
I went to college! Yeah, he's thinking this the entire time while Dio's telling him to drive the car.
And what happens? He tries to jump out of the car. He's back in the car.
Yeah, he just keeps fucking with him.
I like to imagine the senator's on that little monologue in his head about how great he is, and Theo's just like, get in the car, get in the driver's seat.
Do it.
Drive, come on.
Afterwards,
You
Focus!
Afterwards, which by the way, the visiting senator,
Rip
his
off
name
his
was
teeth.
Phillips. His name was Phillips. Goes off with Dio and runs over a bunch of people as they're chasing after Joseph and Kakuin.
The sidewalk is free. There's people on it! And?
Free real estate.
and
Run
then
over the people.
they cut away from what happened. So
I really want to show you the OVA too, Christian, because it's...
We'll probably see the OVA later. That won't be an additional recording, but we'll just watch the OVA just because. What happens next is they catch up. Kakuin decides to challenge him, gets his ass whooped, and then...
Dies?
That's after. As they crash, and then Kakuin comes up with this brilliant plan of how to figure out his power. He sets up this trap, instantly has his trap foiled, and gets a hole in his chest.
Yeah, and he smartfully, like, this is my last attack. Hit the clock.
Yep. And
Time to punch out!
because of that whole thing that happened to him, he figures out the reason every one of his things was triggered was because he used Time Stop to genuinely activate all of them and then kill him.
But I enjoyed Kakuin.
Kakuin was
Especially
a very good
the
character.
memes that Jinsu showed me about him. Do they like you? Boom.
But
Oh, man.
after that, then we get Joseph running away from Dio, trying to stay away from as far as possible, and he figures out the secret of Dio, thanks to Kakuin, of course. And
He puts the puzzle pieces together.
he manages to share it with Jotaro right before dying.
Yeah. In the same way that it showed in the opening, with the stab to the throat.
Yep, exactly.
To the throat.
That's my immediate question to you, Mayhem. What did you think of the opening?
The first one I really enjoyed. The second one I didn't think the second one was as good, probably because of the song.
Okay.
But I enjoyed the song in the first one more. But the detail and stuff like that in the second one was really good.
Okay. Of course, after that, we have the whole thing with Joseph's dead, and then we have the massive Jotaro versus Dio fight, which I can summarize as ora 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 mura mura mura.
And it opened with the scene that I've always known about Jojo. Ah, you're approaching me. I can't approach you without beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, I had to get closer in order to kick your ass.
Which that was the English version, and I will never say it.
But
Oh, you're a chime? Ting.
So they fight, and Jotaro is revealed to also have time stop powers.
Yeah,
Unrelated to Dio.
yeah, just unrelated. They both have the time stopping abilities, and Jotaro's just like, I'm pretty sure if I would have known about this sooner, I would be even better.
Did you know that apparently people asked, what's the name of the creator?
Hirohiko Araki.
Araki. They asked Araki, hey, is the reason why Jotaro and Dio have the same power because of the fact that Dio stole Jonathan's body? No. In actuality, Jonathan, if he had a stand, it would probably just be the same as Hermit Purple.
Huh?
Right?
What? But then why would Jotaro have Star Platinum?
I thought because he's protagonist.
He doesn't really explain. Like, he explains it, right? Like, he says what it is, but I don't know, he doesn't really...
That's the best way to summarize the entire show of he doesn't really explain, but he explains. After that, we have a moment of Jotaro using his time stop ability to beat the shit out of Dio, and then throws him right back at his grandpa, who he then drinks his grandpa, and then fights him again.
Yeah, he's like all powered up, but he doesn't look as intimidating as before. Dio looks a little bit more dumb in his second form.
He looks like knockoff Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that his hair goes all spike. I like that some of it was kind of like flowing over.
Also, where'd like the
hair.
black lipstick come from?
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
And the black nail paint.
like I'm not against it, but it's just it didn't
He always
match
had
with what was
he always had the
happening.
black nail polish, but his lipstick went from green to black. Yes,
I need to point that out. Consider the idea that this is a man who, for probably hundreds of years, has thought about, I need black nail polish.
It's probably just from not washing his hands.
No, Dio, I'm pretty sure Dio would take care of himself, but he's
Dude,
a vampire, you know. He's fucking.
Yeah.
Dio would not take care of himself. Yeah, no, that makes... Yeah, no, of course Dio takes care of himself.
He spends most of his time staring at himself in the mirror, though.
Oh, yeah.
How often do we see him shirtless?
All the time.
What time do we not see him shirtless?
At the end.
Just at the end, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
That half shirt thing, I don't really count
He
that.
wore those same
No,
pants.
that's the thing. He wore an actual shirt and stuff, like a coat and everything. And then the moment he powered up, it was all of a sudden, now that's all gone, and I've got this wife beater.
Yeah, no, with that white.
No, that was like a stripper.
Yeah, it was like
top.
only in the front, and then like a little two things in the back, and that was it.
The weirdest statement in the world is the statement, Dio's wife beater.
He would totally be a wife beater too.
Yeah,
He would.
Oh, and then we get the greatest.
We'll talk about that in part 5.
The greatest reference entirely for the English dub, with Jotaro being voiced by Matt Mercer, giving the, as the old gunslinger said, it's high noon.
As old goes.
And I went, you mother...
He
He had to get his high noon in there.
had to get it in there, and it was amazing.
God, that one hurt.
And then Joseph was alive.
Somehow,
Yeah,
which is
no.
bullshit.
No, it
But
wasn't
I
that he
still-
was alive. Apparently, what they say... Well... We see his soul leave his body,
Yeah,
first off.
yeah.
So he's literally dead.
He literally had
They
a knife
brought
in his
him
throat.
back to life. They literally restart his heart using Star Platinum.
Oh my god!
And then pump him full of Dio blood.
You guys are gonna be so mad at the first death in part 4. You're
Oh,
gonna be so mad.
that sounds
You guys are
amazing.
gonna be pissed.
I'm scared. I already hate it.
It was just the entire thing was just amazing, and then Joseph's just like, "Don't you recognize who it is?" Wait, no, Jotaro, it's me, it's you.
That pissed me off. I was like, really? Is that really appropriate,
I
Joseph?
mean, it does make sense for Joseph. His character isn't really somebody who.
Also-
How do you imitate the aura though? Like, he had the aura and the glowing eyes, and then he even pulled out the.
There's
the
probably a
tubes.
bit of hormone in there.
Yeah, there's a comic out there where what it is the funniest thing. It shows like Joseph going to heaven, just ready for his eternal rest, and then he sees his grandfather Jonathan fly down to him. Jonathan smacks him in the face, and he tells him this massive problem of like, you need to go back down there, and you need to apologize for this. Season 4, you know what it is. Yeah,
He returns in season 4.
Of course it does. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Later on though.
Spoilers.
Ah!
Well,
It's okay.
obviously he's alive.
He
so-
shows up in the first half of part 4. But yeah.
But he just goes like, "You need to apologize for that," and he's like, "Wait, I'm gonna come back to life? What the hell? And it's like, yes, they're currently pumping you full of Dio's blood to save your life.
Huh?
Immediately thinks of the best prank in the world. I'm ready to go.
I know what to do. Man, this will get Polder of...
I lived my whole life for this moment.
This will make Avdol and Kakui laugh. Oh.
Oh.
This'll kill him.
No, think
This'll
about
kill
the
him.
fact that he's like, I'm back with my friends. Kakui and Avdol, how are you? I'm Wake. And then Kakui and Avdol just like,
You got to go back?
you dick!
He's a Joestar! He gets to live! This is bullshit!
What kind of anime bullshit is this? The highest.
Yeah.
I wish Iggy at least lived. It would have been satisfying. I want to see that little dog go back to his bitches, you know?
His back alley full of bitches. Back alley bitches!
Let's give some final thoughts real quick. Okay, so, my honest opinion, I love this show. Like, this is where I stopped because I'm going to watch the rest of the show with you guys with part 4.
Yeah.
I have not seen part 4. So there you go.
Yeah, I have seen and read part 4. Actually, no, I didn't read part 4. I need to read it.
Liar!
I watched and read part 5. I'm like some chunk into part 6. I stopped reading it like a couple of years ago. But, yeah, I'm all caught up and I'm gonna be the little guide for these two.
Yep.
These two shitheads.
The next guy is going to, of course, be Jinsu over here. He will be guiding us through the rest of the series.
And, yeah, part 3 is easily, like, it's getting really, like, I probably would have to watch remember part 2 a bit more, but part 3 is now number 1 for me.
That's good to hear.
Because I care about the side characters just as much as the Joestar of the part.
Well, boy, you're gonna like the next few parts.
Ooh. But
I can promise you that.
I just want to say, I wanted Polnareff to live. He did. He did. I thought Kakyoin was gonna live though. I actually thought he was gonna live.
As soon as they brought up his backstory, we knew he was gonna die.
We learned about him. He's dead.
There's an Instagram reel that's basically just that, where it's like it's this black guy talking to himself, where it's like, oh hey man, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Watching anime right now. Yeah, my favorite side character. He's about to fight the big bad. Wait, what? Yeah, no, he's about to fight the big bad. Wait, did he just reveal his feelings to, like, a love interest or something? Maybe share a backstory?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did that. You know I'm always here for you, man.
What? Oh, God!
Oh, that was a heavy hit. Yep, stage 1. He's not getting back up. Stage 2. What's this music playing? Stage 3, like clockwork.
It's raining.
It's raining, I swear!
The main character's theme song isn't playing.
Yeah.
This isn't a triumphant moment.
So, my next comment to you, Mayhem, is we've seen the end of Dio.
Yeah.
Where do you think it can go next?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to go from Dio in part 1 to the Pillar Men.
Okay, but try to make some guesses of, like, where on Earth it could go. What could be left?
Now just more stands, I guess?
Of course there's going to be more stands. The question is, what kind of story is it going to be? Like, is it going to... Maybe it'll stay with the family and it'll talk more about, like, maybe there's something else going on out in the world.
Did Joseph do another up with what you guys have just said?
I'll say yes, but we'll see what it is. Are you ready, Mayhem, to head right back in and prepare to watch Part 4?
Part 4. Now I'm a lot more ready for the rest of the show after it's gotten out of its funk.
Exactly. Get ready to meet the new character of the next season, Josuke.
In the 90s!
Yeah.
We're heading to the 90s.
So Josuke is the son of Jotaro?
No.
We're not is gonna say shit.
Find out.
Fuck you!
So,
censor this, bitch!
Thank you. God damn it.
If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.